You could see 2 of this week's new movies in the amount of time it takes Blade Runner 2049 to unfold. Yep, the sequel is that long, and at times slower than a replicant's leak. But it will quite likely be the October film most are still talking about at year's end. The 4 offerings this week are a mixed bag: 2 biographies, a rousing action film, and a horror flick. Now, the biographies focus on Thurgood Marshall, the first African-American Supreme Court Justice and the creator of Wonder Woman. The other 2 films are fairly disposable fall fare. Happy Deathday is the Groundhog Day of horror films. It stars Jessica Roth as a college student who keeps dying horrible deaths in an attempt to figure out who's her killer. It has all the necessary horror film hallmarks and a message that's not really well delivered. Because it's produced by the folks behind Get Out, we expect more. Sadly, we don't get it. Jackie Chan, however, ups his game with The Foreigner. He plays a Liam Neeson-like father who wants to find out who killed his daughter during an act of terrorism. He gets the usual runaround with Pierce Brosnan, no less, and a chance to reflect on his own deeds. Well, this isn't wall-to-wall action. It does give Chan a new audience and a chance to move out of his comfort zone. Same can't be said for Chadwick Boseman, who's quickly becoming the go-to guy for screen biographies. After playing James Brown and Jackie Robinson, he's now Thurgood Marshall in Marshall, a look at the early years of the Supreme Court Justice's career.
Neither of them have been telling us the truth.
The film shows how he handled a rape case and began to make a name for himself in legal circles.
Sam Friedman.
Good to meet you, Sam. Hey, give me a hand with these, would you?
What have you got in here? Cement?
Guns.
Books, Mr. Friedman.
Boseman captures a lawyer's gift of gab and spars nicely with Josh Gad, who plays a Jewish lawyer who's pulled into the case. Although many moments seem familiar, particularly since this is just the preamble to the cases that were more newsworthy, it does give us a good taste of what's to come. Even better, Sterling K. Brown turns up as the chauffeur, helping us understand how this is us in many situations. Directed by Reginald Hudlin, Marshall isn't Boseman's best work. Just one more indication that he's one of the better actors working today. A more surprising biography is Professor Marston and the Wonder Women, an offbeat look at the creator of the comic book character Wonder Woman and the 2 women who inspired her. Played by Luke Evans, Gaston in the most recent Beauty and the Beast, Marston is an inventor, a psychologist, and the man in a polyamorous relationship with his wife Elizabeth and a former student named Olive. While the film dips into all aspects of his life, the comic book character takes a center stage and gives Evans and co-stars Rebecca Hall and Bella Heathcote plenty to consider. It's probably the best film of the 4, but it's also the most difficult to describe. Sure, it's shorter than Blade Runner 2049, but you can't sum it up in one sentence. With your movies in a minute, I'm Bruce Miller.